because I'm a founding chair. I founded the Institute along with Dean Center 13 years ago. At the time, there was nothing like this. Actually, eDiscovery was a fairly new discipline then. And we wanted to go beyond the basics, and that's why we called ourselves, and we pride ourselves in being the Advanced eDiscovery Institute. But we also have programs and presentations, classes over the years that have been more fundamental, more remedial, but most of our programs are devoted to these advanced concepts and the way to use technology and advanced aspects of jurisprudence. And we're a standout. We're considered, it sounds like braggadocio, but the fact is we are considered probably the #1 eDiscovery CLE in the country. We're the only one that's been in existence for this length of time, hosted by a premier law school, Georgetown Law. We have the largest turnout. We have the largest number of members of the judiciary sitting on our faculty and our advisory board. Over the years, I've been involved with our various planning committees. We have the best and brightest. We go out of our way to bring in those people that are the absolute epitome of the profession. My role here today was pretty minimal. I try to, as much as possible, get my advisory board and faculty as involved as possible and not be all that engaged if I can get other people excited and passionate. But I was involved in the keynote address. Yesterday, I had a conversation with Judge Paul Grewal, who is the counsel. He's Deputy General Counsel for Litigation at Facebook, and we had a really very interesting conversation. It's unusual to get a former federal judge to sit down, although he couldn't sit down in that capacity if he was sitting on the bench, but now he's Facebook's counsel. And it was very, very interesting. He was very, very thoughtful and very accessible. I wasn't involved with planning that, but this is the first year we did something like that. It gave people the ability to get more intimately and more passionately involved in the subject. It was behind closed doors, and it was an unusual process that's been very successful. Our evaluations concerning that deep dive program is already outstanding. People have been talking about it. We have a planning committee. They're very often made of, we try to mix it with some people who have been involved before and newcomers, and we respond to that group. And that's why we stay, I don't say this gratuitously, we stay fresh and we stay interesting because we pivot off new ideas that are brought to us by a planning committee. So I can't be sure. We never really are sure. Things are changing, the profession is changing. I have to tell you that the emphasis on technology will increase because the technology itself is becoming both more complex and more innovative. So we'll always be focused on that. But how we're actually going to look next year, we'll try to stay fresh and keep people intrigued.